Peace, peace, and more peace. It is a vibe. Show me fire in the chat to make sure you are tuned in. We're going to get straight to it. I'm going to make sure my screen is up. We ain't going to wait. We're going to get straight to it. Give me fire in the chat. Set it off. No music, no intro. We're just going to get straight into it. So make sure that's on the streams. Fire in the chat would help. Let me make sure that's on. Fire in the chat. Okay, y'all can see me. I don't know why the screen is, why this isn't working on my YouTube up there, but we'll get to it. We will get to it. Peace. How y'all doing today? So, some things we're gonna be talking about today. We're gonna get into it. Yeah, I've been gone, right? I didn't have a Monday, Wednesday, Friday live. So we're gonna cover in. I might do 3 shows in a row because I like to have 3 a week, but we'll see how that goes. Friday is more likely to have a show on Friday, maybe uncensored on Friday. And tomorrow, I might be doing some artisanal unboxing first impressions on some fragrances, some mysterious fragrances that got sent to me from a viewer, and see what that's about. But let's get on today's show. Give me 1 second. So with that being said, today's show, what the first things we're going to be talking about is we're going to be talking about my weekly rotation for September the 1st. So that'll be 7 fragrances that I wore last week, starting on Monday, September the 1st into Sunday. We're going to talk about that. And then I'm going to be talking about 10 of the most seductive fragrances for autumn 2025. The most seductive fragrances for autumn 2025. And we're going to get into that. So let's get into those. So we're going to go ahead and just start off. But before we do, while y'all here, we're going to do a sip of water. And then sip of the night is going to be Still Austin Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Still Austin Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Still Austin is one of my favorite and probably the only Texas whiskey or bourbon I will drink. As we all know, all bourbon is whiskey. All whiskey is not bourbon. If you don't know that, you should know that. So that'll be my sip of the night. I don't know why the video on YouTube isn't playing, but we'll get to it. Let me see. Let me try to fix YouTube real quick if y'all want to bear with me. Was running a little late, obviously, but we'll see what's going on. Let me do this. Because I don't know why that's not working. All right, I think we up and good and going. Let me send out. I got a text message I got to send out. Give me 1 second. Hold on, I got the audio up. So Monday starting September 1st. So before I do it, let me get my bearings right so I can have a good clean edit. Okay, I can see some of the people on the comments. Okay, I got that going. So what I'm gonna be talking about today are my weekly rotations. We're going to be discussing my weekly rotations for September 1st of 2025. What fragrances I wore Monday through Sunday of that week. This week was a oud week. To me, when I start thinking about autumn, I start thinking about one of my sexiest, one of my most complimented, one of my most exotic types of fragrances I can wear during this time of year. I just love wearing oud, whether it's rose oud or anything of that nature. That's one of the things I really enjoy wearing. So we're going to talk about some things that I enjoy wearing. Starting off on Monday. On Monday, I wore the Indie House. This is a fragrance that uses the notes of like Japanese oud. I believe there's some jasmine in here. It has this green, slightly sweet, slightly Indo jasmine. And I believe some Japanese yuzu. It's like some yuzu in here. Some freshness in Japanese oud. Now, when you start talking about Japanese oud, It's not like Hindu or Indonesian or even Thai oud. All ouds have different nuances. When you start talking about Indian oud or Chinese oud, you start talking about something that's a little bit more almost fresh, airy, and meditative. And this is from the house of Desir, and this is Hana no Moto. So, what this is, me, I personally like wearing this in the spring. It has this floral nuance. I believe there's a Japanese rose in here as well. Don't question me on the notes, but I believe this is from a Japanese house and they use a lot of Japanese ingredients. I believe there's a Japanese rose in here. What I get here is this fresh, citric, rosy, smooth floral fragrance. I think it works better in spring, but it was kind of hot. So when it's like really hot, but I want to wear something maybe woody, something fresh, something different, I like reaching for this. I don't wear a lot of sprays on this, but I like it. I like it a lot. I don't love it. It's not one of my favorite oud fragrances. One of my favorite from the house is Kyra, but I think this is a 30 ml, and for a 30 ml, it's like 1100. I don't see myself paying for that. But again, this is from the indie house Desir, and this is Hana no Moto, and this is what I wore on Monday. A fresh, citric, rose, Japanese oud, and amazing. Absolutely amazing. So on Tuesday, I wanted to wear really one of my, when it comes to compliments, like here's the thing. A lot of people will say that rose oud don't get compliments. I tend to question their sanity when they say that, right? And but I just excuse them. You know how sometimes you hear somebody say something and you just be like, bless them. They don't know no better. It's because y'all wearing, a lot of y'all, first thing I try to do, especially if it's on like Facebook, first thing I try to do is see some of the fragrances you posted. And most of the time, it just screams to me. It'd be like, oh, your idea of oud is probably like Montal, Mancera, not the best quality, or it's some $40 clone, right? It's some clone house. And again, nothing wrong with that. But as I stated before, you're not going to get quality oud. Oud per the pound costs more than gold, right? So if you're talking about quality, no one's going to give you quality and sell it to you for $40. The ingredients will cost more than the fragrance, the bottle, and everything else. It's just not going to happen. It's no other way around it. It's no explanation. You don't have to do a deep dive into it. No one's going to put $1,000, per Tola oud and sell it to you for $40 and $20. It's not happening. It's not up for debate. We're going to move on from that. But this is one that it uses, I believe, Chinese oud. This comes from, I think it's one of like 6 Chinese ouds. I know Kyra being one of them. This is a breeze. This is rose, oud, fruits, some musk, sandalwood. This is one I don't talk about. When I talk about wearing rose ouds and compliments, exotic, and just allure, this is one that just hits the list. And this is from Abdul Samad Al-Karash. Or actually, yeah. It's from their private line, and this is Monabon Oud, Monabon from ASQ, and this is from their private line. So what you get here, as I stated, is when you first spray it on, you get like this spice. I don't know if it's all spice, but you get this fresh, almost spice to it. You get citruses. I'm smelling like a little bit of bergamot with May Rose. I believe May Rose is in here, which is also citric. You get an oud that's a little earthy, but yet really airy and smooth. Now, I think, ordering from eBay now, from the eBay Connect, being that you got to pay tariffs, you're going to pay a pretty penny. But let's just talk about retail. Retail from this fragrance, again, is from ASQ, Adu Samad Akrash, right? This is $1,000. Like 900 and something, like $1,000 from ASQ. So this whole Middle Eastern fragrances are affordable stuff isn't necessarily true. It's levels, and this is levels. This is real oud in here. oud that they use. And this is just the way this wears off a skin in the high heat is one of beauty. It is one of absolute allure, beauty. It's woody. And one thing about a good rose oud fragrance, I'm talking about quality, is it has that juxtaposition, that dance, that tango between the masculine and the feminine. Now, I would almost argue that rose in general is a masculine note. During history, it's always been a masculine note. It's not until Western and early times where people view rose as a feminine thing. It was always used as a masculine. Royalty wore rose or rose water. They bathed in it, right? So it was always a king's note. So when you have that like floral, that beauty of femininity with the masculinity of oud, which is an incense, pairing together with everything around it, it is one of absolute luxury. Again, if I was over east or out in the Middle East, it's not going to hit like that, right? It's just not going to hit like that because everybody's wearing rose oud. So it's probably, if I wore this over there, it'd be like me wearing Dior Sauvage over here, right? Everybody has it. It doesn't stand out. If I go over there, I probably want to wear something fresh just to be different. But over here, at least in Washington, D.C. area, at least where people are still bathing in Baccarat, and there's nothing wrong with that, and you show up with this, it's different. It's going to start a conversation. It's going to attract the noses. This is sexy. This is Manaban Oud from Abdul Samad Al-Karash. Moving on. Tuesday is a double. Tuesday is a double. I think when I did my last live, I said I was testing some things out. So Tuesday was a day of testing, a day of comparison. Oh, yeah, Monday, Tuesday. This is Wednesday. I'm sorry. On Wednesday, this was a day of comparison. This was a day of decision making. This was a day of figuring things out. So what I wanted to test was one of my favorite fragrances within my collection. And that's from the house of Boudicca. And that's Blue Sapphire versus Blue Sapphire Supercharged. I wore this. And people have seen my review of Blue Sapphire. If you haven't seen it, I'll quickly sum it up. What you get is candied lemon, florals, Indo jasmine, green, fleshy, almost fleshy jasmine with a buttery, ambery, woody base, slightly earthy with hits, I believe, sandalwood, some patchouli, some dry woody oud that slightly becomes leathery. But the florals in the mid, I believe magnolia or tagetes might be in here. You get this almost honeyed floral experience, which I think separates it from every other alike fragrance. It separates it from the Electimus fragrance. It separates it from Abdul Samad Karashi blend. I've owned that for many years. I've owned that first. I've owned the special edition and the regular one. I've done a video on the comparisons. Check it out. But this fragrance is absolutely top tier, elite, lasts for days. This is a showstopper fragrance. Well, I said, let me compare it to the Supercharged. The Supercharged, to me, takes out the floral aspect of the mid almost. It's not as honey florals. Has a little bit of florals, but it's not a dominant presence, at least off of my skin. And it ups the base. I feel like I get the oud is a little bit darker. And I believe this might have actual leather in here. So there's a little hint of this smoky, dark leather. Now, to me, I find it to be darker than this. To me, it's not worth it. And that's because I love this so much. Even though it's different, these are different. To me, the OG is still king of the hill. I don't see why I need to pay $700 just to put it on the shelf to say I have it. First of all, both of them last like 12 plus hours. Just stop counting. To own both, unless you're a collector, absolutely doesn't make sense to me. It makes sense to sample both and go with the DNAs that you like the most. Again, this is more candied lemon with honeyed, beautiful Indo florals, heady florals. This is more fresh candied citruses, some orange in there. That orange adds a little bit of brightness. I love the way he uses orange. It's the same kind of like mandarin he used in Tobacco Sapphire. It's the same orange he used in Hasu. And it's just this fresh. I can smell it just because he's used it in a couple of his fragrances. And it is divine. It's a great fragrance. I just don't know why I'm paying $700 for something that's so close yet so different. The winner of that is the OG. I'm sticking to the OG. I appreciate Larry sending me this because if I would have paid $700 for this, I would have been pissed. Just because, again, I'll get into later on in the conversations on why you have to have money and always have a good savings and prepare right and have your credit. It's just I could do something better with my $700. So that's what I wore on Wednesday. Blue Sapphire and Blue Sapphire Supercharged. To me, Blue Sapphire, the OG, is all you need. Get samples of both. Figure it out. If you don't like the mid and the florals, go with the Supercharged, especially if you want more of a leathery presence, a little bit darker, go with the Supercharged. For me, I love florals. I love the OG. Moving on. Next up, I went back with the House of Boudicca. This is a fragrance that I said just uses lavender correctly. This is a fragrance that has some spice to it, some aromatic freshness, beautiful lavender, sweet woods, tons of rosewood, gaiac wood, oud. It has rose in it, but it's more of a fresh. It's not more of a rose oud fragrance. It just bends it and adds this almost like a bergamot opening freshness to the fragrance. And this is from Boudicca, and this is Imperial. Again, look at the dent. I love this fragrance. It just works for me. It's just a really good masculine, woody, professional, and that beauty of the lavender adds this clean, soapy feel. It has a maturity to it. Now, if you're somebody who's in your 20, most of these fragrances I'm talking about aren't for you. I don't have a lot of 20-year-olds watching me, first and foremost. But if you are, I appreciate your support. This isn't really for you. This is for the unks. This is for somebody who want to wear something woody, masculine, clean, slightly fresh, earthy, some sweet woods, aromatic. Yeah, man. Imperial is just, and this is one of the more affordable of, you can find a tester for probably like 140 to 170, give or take. Probably like 120 to 140, depending on if you in Facebook groups. This man works like a champ. I love this fragrance. The dent doesn't lie on this. It just works. It just works. Going somewhere professional. As far as compliments, look, listen, man. Compliments, it ain't, I like them when I get them. I have fragrances that I know will get them regardless of what I'm wearing and how I feel. But it doesn't drive me or motivate me because when I walk into a room, I don't need somebody to tell me I smell good because I'm still going to get the attention I want. I know how to hold a conversation. I know how to keep people engaged. So I'm personable. So for me, it just kind of really works on that. I don't really care. But this isn't depending on the environment. I've got like maybe 5 compliments in all the years I've had it. Look at the dent. So it's hitting low from a compliment standpoint, but I don't care. I love this fragrance. And I'm confident enough to walk in any room and still own it. And that's Imperial from Boudicca. And that was Thursday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And that was what I wore on Thursday. Coming up next, I went with a fragrance. I don't reach for this fragrance as much. At one point I was like, maybe I should sell it, right? I don't wear it. It's a really good fragrance, but I don't wear it like that. I just don't. I don't know why, because it's really good. It comes from Arabian Oud, and this is Al Farid or Al Farid, Al Farid. Um, This is a fresh Western take on oud. First of all, I believe in the opening, you get some pink pepper, some geranium, adds this freshness, this greenness to it, very spicy, very aromatic. I believe there's some bergamot in here, some maybe some ambroxan in here, some oud. I think patchouli might be in here. So you get this fresh wearable, almost like a maybe the kind of oud, almost like Tom Ford's oud wood. That's very dry, woody, very wearable. Maybe at times, maybe a hint of leather kicks in here and there. Nothing smoky, nothing overly animalic. It's a really good fragrance. I don't reach for it enough because when I All right, I'm back. I'm back. Don't show fire, show fire. I tell you, had a little technical difficulties. Let me make sure I'm back on the screen. I'm back on the screen. All right, so I didn't have my thing plugged in, my laptop plugged in, so it went dead. I had to plug it in and start it back up. Appreciate you staying by. But back to this, back to this. We back. Pardon me. So let me start off again. So we're working on. So for Friday, what I wore is a fragrance I don't wear a lot, and that's from Arabian Oud. That's Alfred. So again, a great fragrance. I get pretty good performance on this. I get about 8 hours, but I find it lingering after 8 hours, but more of a skin scent. The best performance is in the first maybe 2 hours. But overall, a really good fragrance. I just don't wear it enough because when I want to wear oud, I just kind of reach for something else. I just do. Um, I just do. But I need to wear more. But at some point, I need to make a decision if I'm going to keep it or not, which is also why I wore it. But I think in the autumn time, it just works. Spicy, wearable, westernized oud. That's what I wore on Friday. You said the sound on the mic is off? Hold on. Check. You hear me? Fire in the chat if you can hear me. Let me see something. Hold on. Hold on. Technical difficulties. Hmm. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I know y'all probably hearing me on the MacBook, so we're gonna get into it. Make sure that's up. Huh. Give me a second while I figure this out. Give me a second. Check, 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 check. Mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. Find the chat, find the chat if mic check is on. If mic check is on, that's what happens when your computer is set. It kind of take everything off. Let me see. Looking at the mic, looking at the mic. Yeah, the audio is from the camera a bit. From the there we go. There we go. Find the chat, find the chat, find the chat. Cool, 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 cool. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Y'all know this don't normally happen. You know what I'm saying? Again, you know, I don't like keeping my computer on a charger all the time, and because sometimes that will just drain the battery. Once it's charged, you need to let it be. But I should have just remembered just to plug it back up, especially for a live. So again, apologize for the inconvenience. But if y'all didn't hear me, I'll finish talking about this. Let me just talk about this again. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So for Friday, again, make it real quick. From a House of Arabian Oud, I wore Al-Farid, right? This is a fresh, spicy westernized oud, easy to wear, some pink pepper, geranium, bergamot, some ambergris, some wearable oud, some patchouli, so it's kind of earthy, very spicy, very fresh. I don't wear it a lot, but you know, this is one I just wear when I wear. I give it like a 7.5, 8 out of 10. It's just when it comes to oud fragrances, I just don't reach for it much. So that's what I wore on Friday. What I wore on Saturday and Sunday is one of my favorite rose oud fragrances that gets insane amount of attention and compliments, especially in the autumn. But even without the autumn, this is probably one of, because I have more versatile rose oud fragrances. And this is from the House of Boudicca, and this is Namir. Namir. Again, dents don't lie on this. This here, I believe, I think this is the first oud fragrance I own that proved to me that rose ouds get compliments. Like a good rose oud. This is the first one. Like when I'll never forget the first time I wore this. It was wintertime. It was a nice breeze. And I probably got like 4 compliments within a 3-hour span. Like 4. And I was like, oh, oud and rose hit a little bit different. In this here, what you get, I believe they call it tiger oud. I don't know anybody else that uses tiger oud. I've never heard of it before Boudicca. So that's how they classify it. They say because it has stripes. I guess some of the mold when the oud is aging has stripes going across the oud. So it looks like a tiger. So they call it tiger oud. The oud here is buttery. Up top, you get tons of freshness. I believe lemongrass is in here. I believe some citruses, maybe a little bit of patchouli, some sandalwood. This is just by far, when you talk about a really good rose oud fragrance. So if you've been going around wearing, let's say, some clone rose oud fragrances, let's say you've been going around wearing Montal rose oud fragrances, and I say, hey, I know you're not ready for artisanal. I don't want to just throw you into the artisanal bag. I know that it's easy for you to choose a fragrance like Ardent that has this jammy rose oud and almost gourmand kind of feel to it. It's easy for me to tell you to buy that because it has this gourmand nature to it, slightly gourmandish. If I wanted to really put somebody on a really good rose oud fragrance of quality, I don't think in discounters this is going to really break the bank. You have a sense that real quality oud is in here. I would recommend Namir. I would recommend Namir. If you want to know and you don't really have experience with rose oud and you want a good one that gets compliments, one that's just you can wear this. This is signature scent worthy. I would say go with Namir. It just works. And I have Asif from the same brand, from their Kuwait line. They're just different worlds apart. And one day I might do a comparison video because I've seen those two fragrances compared enough that I just say people are wrong about those two fragrances. They drive different. Their engines are different. They get the point A to point B differently. This is just one that I would recommend. You want to get into rose oud, it's really not your thing. Get this one. Get this one. Highly complimented. And I wore this 2 days in a row. That's just how much it banged out on me. I love this fragrance. You don't need a lot of sprays. These last forever. And that's Namir. The good old, like this, the way saffron, rose oud saffron, it's a musk. It's just, it is up there with some of the best rose, like wearable rose ouds. I got some artisanal, like some stuff that you got to really be into, the earthy or slightly might go a little fecal or animalic, like a little hay. Nah, this is just buttery smooth. Butter. And that's the mirror. So that is my weekly rotation for September the 1st of 2025. If you have these fragrances, if you own these fragrances, leave a comment down below, speak about them, and I appreciate you tuning in to that. So we're going to move on. And we're going to go into why some of y'all are really here. I got 155 people in there. Somebody tell me how many likes we got. It might need some adjustment. Is it too low? Let me see. Check. Better. Check. We got 90 likes. That's not good enough for me. You know what I'm saying? Almost want to hit 92. That ain't good enough for me. About to hit people with one of them hit people with the Kevin Samuels joint. We're gonna end up playing some music here. 105. That ain't good enough for me. Let's get 125 and we can move on and we can talk about 10. And I'm ranking these. These are 10 of the sexiest fragrances for autumn. Like these are sex in a bottle. I look forward to rocking these. I am ranking these. Now, some of this can go up and down depending on my mood, where I'm going, what I'm doing, but I'm ranking these. I want to see one. I'll hit y'all with the Kevin Samuels. I at least want to see 125 before we start. When we get 125 likes, then we can go. I see 162 people in here. I want to see 130 likes now. Let's go. 130. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. While they hit the like button, I want to see fire in the chat. Where we at? 124. Need 10 more likes and we're going to get to it. Until I get 10 more likes, we ain't starting. I'm going to sit here and drink. I see you just got to treat people like this. Because I got heat. Y'all know I got heat, but I'm not getting to it until I see the likes go up. 125 now. Need 10 more. Let's go. 10 more. It's 161 people in here. I need 10 more. You got to start doing people like this. It just is what it is, man. I give y'all content. Some of y'all skip through my videos. I'm not asking you nothing but hit the like button. It's free. It's free. We're going to play some music till the like button. Let me see 135. 132. Three more. 136. There we go. 130. No, that's 132. Let me see. Somebody got the 130. No, that's 132. Get it some more. Yeah, we're going to play some music, man. We're going to play some music till I see 136. Somebody keep an eye on it. I ain't bringing out these joints. 170 people in here. I ain't going to let y'all get on. 142. Let's go. Now that's what y'all came here for. Now this is what y'all came here for. Again, peace. Appreciate y'all tuning in. For those of your first time here, I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, so we gonna be having conversations. I can get to know you, you can get to know me, and you at least converse in the chat. But today, the reason why most of you are here is we're gonna be talking about the 10 sexiest fragrances for autumn. These are the 10 that I look forward to wearing. This is sex in a bottle, and I'm gonna rank these fragrances from how I feel like wearing them in 2025. Next year, it can be different. But for this year, I'm ranking these. This is sex in the bottle. We're going to get into it. Before we get into that, I'm going to have you 3 honorable mentions. 3 honorable mentions. I'm not going to spend all day on these because my camera, I'm not spending all day with this. We're going to be real quick with these 3. You ready? Honorable mention number 1. Honorable mention number 1 is a fragrance I talked about in 2019. I wasn't the first person to review this. I believe maybe Max Forte was one of the first people to review this, but it's one of my earlier reviews when I was sitting on the couch. This is absolutely sex in the bottle. To me, this fragrance used 3 popular fragrances and combines them into one. Although the composition on this fragrance can be a little screechy based on the brand, as it wears and smooths out, this just absolutely gets the compliments. It's been getting me compliments since 2019. And it's from the House of Montal. This is Sensual Instinct. We're talking about sexy, sensual fragrances, Sensual Instinct. What you got here, to sum it up, if you took Montal's Intense Cafe, which is that coffee, vanilla, praline fragrance with a little bit of saffron, and you added Baccarat Rouge 540 and you blended it together, that's what you get here. Compliments, bro. It's just, for me, a lot of Montal fragrances, unlike Mancera, which is from the same kind of family, they just seem to be screechy in the opening, like very harsh, almost like aluminum, like tin metallic. They all do it. I don't know why. I feel like it's part of the bottle. Maybe they should start putting them in glass. But either way, this is an OG bottle, and you can tell because I have to remove the grenade pin just to spray it. The new ones, you don't have to do that. Again, this is honorable mention number 1. This is Montal and Sensual Instinct. Number two is a DNA. To be honest, I'm just choosing this particular fragrance. This is what I want to grab for because it just kind of works for me. But this is a DNA that I just think works. There are tons of fragrances that fit this DNA. So if you have one that fits this DNA, choose it. But for me, when you start talking about autumn, when you start talking about cinnamon, when you start talking about amber, when you start talking about tobacco, you can't help but to talk about this kind of DNA. But I'm going to talk about Daniel Hosier, and this is Ombre Tabac. Now, this, if you start talking about fragrances like Parfums de Marly, Wajan, when you start talking about fragrances like Ombre Narguilé, when you start talking about even fragrances, I don't really consider it the same, like Angel Share, you could put Angel Share in this list from the House of Killian. You could choose that. But this is just that apple pie, amber, cinnamon, warm. I even could have used a fragrance like Amethyst from Boudicca. I could have chose that because honestly, I'm going to try to reach for that a lot this autumn. But I kind of want to use that fragrance for another list I have in mind coming up. But again, any of those fragrances, Wajan, or even if you have this is a good honorable mention. When you out on a date or you out at the bar, you wearing this and somebody smell it, it's warm, it's comforting, it's inviting, and it's sensuality. And that's Ombre Tabac from Daniel Hosier. The last fragrance, let me see. Been seeing 159 on YouTube. We going up. Bought Ombre Tabac, did. Yep, and green leather. The next fragrance I'm gonna talk about, I put this as an honorable mention because I could have threw this on the list. But this is a fragrance that is 6 years old. I have the OG bottle, one of the OG bottles. This company has changed their bottles up. And this is the last honorable mention. They've changed their bottles up. I don't know if they changed the formulation because when you look at reviews on this fragrance, I start hearing words like tuberose in the composition. The OG doesn't have tuberose in it. So I don't know what this company is doing or what they have done to this composition or DNA. So that's why this is an honorable mention, because you might have to find the OG. But what is this? This is smoky, it's ambery, it's vanilla, it's leather, it is sensuality. This is like a little bit by the fireplace without being by the fireplace because it has leather. And this is from Byron Parfum. And this is the Chronic. This is cinnamon, spice, leather, a vanillic amber. Because you know amber can be resinous, it can be balsamic, or it can be really vanillic. This is vanilla. You have patchouli in this, which is almost a hint of like this chocolatey patchouli nuance in it. So it's like gourmand, but not. I hear people mention tuberose. I don't know what they did to the DNA. There is no tuberose in this. And this DNA is all about vanilla, smoky, give vibes about a fireplace. If you want to see a real review on the OG bottle, go look at like the reviews from 6 years ago. Don't look at the ones now. because it's the ones now. I don't know what they done with the DNA. I just don't. The bottles changed, everything might have changed, but the OG, and that's why it's an honorable mention because I don't know if you're gonna find it. This is why I don't have fragrances like Hypnotizing Fire within my collection. This is why I don't have fragrances like By the Fireplace in my collection. It just works. I know why they changed the bottle. This has like it's almost like the cap is sticky. The residue being around the top. Like this bottles might have been leaking over the years. It's just it wasn't a good bottle to sell a fragrance in. So they changed it. But if they did something with the DNA, that was just blasphemous. They never should have done that. I would rather them discontinue it. But again, this is the OG Mula Mula, not the Rouge or the narcotic that they have now. It's the OG. I mean, the Chronic. Okay, let's get to it. Let's get to it. Let's get to it. Okay, starting in at number 10. This is my sexiest, most sensual fragrances for autumn 2025. We're going to start at for number 10. When you talk about sexy, when you talk about sensuality, you're talking about things that are cozy and intriguing, right? It's intriguing. I think vanilla is something you have to list. Now, I've seen a lot of people in Facebook groups post their vanilla fragrances. And I think I've always said, I joke around, I'll be like, if your list doesn't have Toyota from Indult on your vanilla list, it's not a real list. It's just not. But I failed to mention this fragrance. Those who have it know. Those who don't know. They should. This is vanilla. This might, if this isn't on your vanilla list, I might not really respect your vanilla list. I think Spiritualise Double Vanille should be on there as well. But if this isn't on there, I don't know if I fully respect it. I might appreciate it, but I don't know if I respect it. And this is from the house of Initio, and this is Absolute Aphrodisiac. What is this? Vanilla, musk, leather. It says it has some animalic notes to it. I don't get animalic. I know animalic when I smell it. I don't get that here. This is just a smooth, buttery vanilla. It is so absolutely sensual. And when you add it with the musk, there's only one other vanilla that I think you should have on your list that I own that I could have put on here. And that's from Dar Al-Tib, and that's Wah. Wah almost feels like that. It's a floral vanilla. This is up there with Wah to me. Absolute Aphrodisiac is, I told y'all, I've gotten away from gourmands in my 40s. In my 30s, cool. In my 40s, I don't want to really smell like cookies. I don't want to leave my house smelling like a chocolate bar. I just don't. I don't. And I own those fragrances, but I really don't want to. If you with your lady going out on a dinner date, cool. You with your lady, she like it, who cares? You ain't trying to impress nobody but her. But if I'm going out solo dolo and chilling at the bar or something, I don't want to be the man smelling like cookies at the bar, bro. And they like, yo, who brought a pack of Chips Ahoy in? I don't want to smell like that. Me, you do what you want. I don't want to be that man. Not at my 40s. But this one is a vanilla I love to wear because when people smell it, that musk is very inviting. That vanilla is cozy and warm, and that leather rounds it out. Absolute Aphrodisiac. If you don't have it, sample it. But this is a must-have vanilla if you are a vanilla lover. Moving on. Coming in at number 9. Coming in at number 9. This is by far one of the best tobaccos I have in my collection. One of the best tobaccos I've had in my collection. I've had this fragrance since it came out. As I have worn it, allowed it to set, because I don't reach for it probably as much as I love it. I don't reach for it enough. But I've been on my oud thing. I've been on like other notes, my leathers. I haven't really embraced a tobacco winter in autumn the way I should. I might change this year. I don't know. I'm always into oud, but this is one of the best out there. And this is from Zaharoff. And this is signature to back. And I wear it. What you get here, and I have to announce, this was gifted to me. This was gifted to me. So I'm telling you that this was gifted to me. So take whatever I'm saying with a grain of salt. You don't have to believe me. Get a sample, figure it out on your own. This has boozy nuances to it. Has a buttery smooth vanilla tobacco nuance that's like it's like a cigar from Drew Estates. If anybody is into cigars and you're into infused cigars, right? You start thinking about brands like Drew Estates, like a Cuba. They have the Maduro. They have trying to think some of the other sticks they have within their cigar. But you have that sweet, like when you think of a smoke, think of a cigar. Brown, I think Betty, something Bouncing Betty or Brown Betty is one. They got different variations. But Drew Estates is known for their like vanillic sweet cigars. So if you don't like a Nicaraguan, which is very peppery, could be kind of harsh, and you want something like you're getting this two cigars, and you want something sweet to the taste as you're sipping your bourbon, get into Drew Estates. But this one right here, it has that booze, has that vanilla tobacco. I believe some orange or some citrus is up top. It has that woodiness. This is just some sandalwood in here, making it extremely buttery. One of the best tobaccos out there. It gives me almost a little bit of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille with that fruity tobacco vanilla thing. But to me, it goes different. This smells like autumn. It smells like Christmas. It's a great date night fragrance. It doesn't go smoky, which I think is perfect for going out or just sitting at the bar trying to attract noses. It's not like cigarette smoke or smoky cigar. This is buttery smooth. And that's signature tobacco from Zaharoff at my number 9. All right. Next up, we're gonna keep it with tobacco. This fragrance, it this might, let me think, might be my most complimented tobacco I've worn. When I wear this out, the amount of compliments I get on this fragrance from the tobacco standpoint. Is this my most complimented tobacco? I don't want to say that yet because I have to think about every single tobacco fragrance I have. And I don't want to get up here and lie because if I bring up another tobacco later on in the year when we get in the autumn, winter, or tobacco list, and I say something different, I don't want to come off like a liar. But this is one of my most complimented tobaccos, without a doubt. I'm talking about compliments from people you do not know, strangers. I don't count your lady. I don't count the people who know you, the fragrance guy. I only count compliments from people who don't know you, who probably really don't have a reason to talk to you in general. And this is from the House of Dior, this tobacco color. I believe I got this. I think I was the first reviewer to review this fragrance. This fragrance is plum, it's ambery, it's smoke. So it's fruity, like dried fruits, smoky, woody. This here, like, oh man. And if you really, really want to take this DNA to the next level, really, really want to take it to the next level. And I don't like the layer a lot, but if you layer this with Killian Angel's Share, Chef's Kiss, it takes it to another level because they blend so well because it's that ambery smoky thing, but Angel's Share adds a little bit more booziness to the honey that's in here. It takes it to another extreme of sensuality, bro. Tobacco color is outstanding. Again, I'm talking compliments from people who you do not know. it gets them. Tobacco color at number 8. How y'all feeling today? How y'all feeling? Take a drink break. Take a drink break. Okay, moving on. Coming in at number 7. How many we got in here? 204 people in here. 204 people in here. Real quick, before we get into number 7, how many likes we got, bro? I'm telling you, I'm just gonna have to start hitting people with the Kevin Samuels. How many likes we got in here? I keep saying we good in here, bro, but nah, we good, bro. What y'all arguing in the message? Do that again. 172 for 204 people watching. That's good. I appreciate that. We gonna move on. So what number we on? 10, 9, 8. We're coming in at number 7. Coming in at number 7. Let me make sure. Hold on. Before I do that, y'all are arguing anything? Niche guy, something you want to talk? All right, real quick. If somebody is lunching or acting up in the comments, like, I don't know, put them on mute, or admins. If my admin's in here, you know how I get down. All right, we're gonna move on because we got the likes, and I'm gonna move on and make sure the people who came to watch me, hopefully y'all subscribe, we can get to it. So where we at again? 10, 9, 8, 7. Coming in at number 7. No, 8, 6, 10, 9, 8. No, we're at number 7. Okay, let me start it off. Coming in at number 7 is absolutely seductive and seducing fragrances. Now, for me, as I told y'all before, I kind of, in my 40s, I've stepped away from gourmands. I'm going to give y'all a unk list. I'm going to do an unk list, top 10 unk list, right? That might be tomorrow. I might give that to y'all tomorrow, an unk list. These are fragrances like, bro, you in your 40s, you ain't trying to smell like a juvenile. You've got through your midlife crisis, or you're in the middle of a midlife crisis. You know what that is. You still dyeing your beard. You don't want the grays to come in. You still want to feel young, but your body's saying, bro, you old. You have less life in front of you than what you have behind you. You have to come to terms with your unk. You don't want to smell like cookies, and you shouldn't be wearing Versace arrows. Again, grown men can wear what they want to wear, but it comes a time you have to unk it out. Your taste in women change, just things change. It change, right? Your whole demeanor changes. You start giving a F less, right? I done really gotten away from, and that might be tomorrow. Unk fragrances might be tomorrow. But anyway, at number 7, I've gotten away from gourmands, but this is one that I kind of enjoy wearing. To me, this is the king of cherry fragrances. This is Bodacious from Boudicca the Victorious. Now, if you're a bourbon guy like me, you know that there's, when you smell it, certain brands have this dark cherry nuance, these dark notes in them. They have these dark notes. This to me is the king of cherry. It's boozy, it's almondy. Yes, it takes from Tom Ford's Lost Cherry. Absolutely. It goes that way. But to me, it's just from performance to overall construction, I just find it to be overall better. Now, because it takes from Lost Cherry, I'll never give it a 10 out of 10. I just won't give it a 10 out of 10. But I give it a good 8.5. I don't wear a lot of cherry fragrances. I probably have 5 that I really want to rock with. The rest I'm cool with. This is my favorite cherry fragrance out of all of them. And this is Bodacious from Boudicca. And it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. This is one of their more affordables. This isn't one of those $1,000 fragrances, but this just works. You going out on the town, night out, got that Tonka in there. You going out, maybe you're going to go out to the bar. This is a great bar fragrance. Like, you going in there, you going to the bar solo dolo. You ain't going there with all your boys. You going solo dolo. You going in there a little bit after happy hour. Why are you going after happy hour? You don't want to be the first person at the bar at happy hour because you look like a loser. You look like you don't have things to do. You look like you don't get women and you don't really got no life. You don't want to get there early. You want to get there a little late. If happy hour starts at 6, you want to get there like around 7:30. Let the women get in there. Let the mood change. Let the people mingle. Let the bar get a little full. You staying around. You know why you let the bar get full? Because you don't want to sit around. You're going to order a couple of drinks. You want to be able to get between people and say, hey, hey, bartender, can I get one of them? Hey, let me get one. And you got to say, excuse me. You got to reach between people. You strategically reach beside the group of women who are going. It's going to be a group, probably a group of 4. Women like traveling in packs, groups of 3s and 4s. You go between the middle. And you say, hey, excuse me, ladies, let me get this drink real quick. They smell you, like, I hope y'all having a good time. You walk away. That's all you say. Let me get my drink. Excuse me. Let me get my drink. I hope y'all having a great day. Walk away. Walk around. They can be like, girl, you smell good, bro. That's what this for. Learn how to work the room. I can do a video on working the room. Learn how to work the room. That's bodacious. I'm giving them too much game. It's just easy game, bro. This is like 90s game. This is like OG should have taught y'all. But again, I'll put some of y'all on some free game on how to really work the room. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. All right. Coming in at number 6. This is a fragrance that I've enjoyed since it came out. I really absolutely enjoyed this fragrance. There's a lot of sensuality in it. It's one of their newest fragrances from the house. And to be honest, I think not from a popularity standpoint, but from a sexy standpoint with this sensual smoke. I believe this is one of their absolute sexiest, alluring, and addictive fragrances. When you wear this, you cannot stop smelling. And this is from the house of Killian, and this is Smoking Hot. Smoking Hot from the house of Killian. Now, what is this? This is shisha. Absolute pound for pound shisha. If people don't know what I mean when I say shisha, think of hookah. Shisha is the tobacco smoked in hookah. So you get the bakor. You get the smokiness of the bakor. You get the fruitiness of this shisha. You get smoke, fruity, woody. This here, some cinnamon. Oh my God, bro. It's a playful fragrance. It is enchanting. This is Smoking Hot from the house of Killian. To me, this is far more sexy than Angel Shares by like a mile to me. To me, when it comes to sex appeal, Smoking Hot is easily one of the most sexiest fragrances that the house of Killian has ever put out. Ever. Smoking Hot at number 6. Coming in at number 5. Coming in at number 5 is, what can I say? This is a designer fragrance from their private line. This fragrance uses some just of the sexiest notes. This fragrance has oud, sandalwood, and a very juicy plum. This is from the house of Cartier, and this is Oud Santal. To me, when it comes to this line, if you only need one, to me, I would tell you to get this one. This is the one you get. Oud Santal. Oh my God, bro. Earthy, slightly smoky. It's earthy, not animalic. It's not fecal. A smoky oud, very woody, almost dry. You get this sandalwood that is almost like a little bit of sandalwood powder, almost, but it's extremely smooth, like just buttery smooth sandalwood. And you get some plum, and I feel like there's a little bit of musk in here. Musk isn't listed. I feel like I get some musk in here. This is Oud Santal from the House of Cartier. You talking about plum? You're talking about oud. You're talking about sandalwood. When you talk about sex, nighttime, in confidence, wearing oud out in the Western side of society is a very exhilarating, confident thing. People who say oud don't get compliments aren't wearing the right oud, or you're not wearing it wrong, or you're wearing it wrong. Hey, guy who needs to feel the need to put 30 sprays or 20 sprays on everything, you are the reason no one wants to be around you. You are the reason that no one likes oud. It's about the right amount of sprays. What that right amount is, you have to figure out. But overspraying oud can completely turn it off with all that smoke. Just a little bit, but not too much. Oud Santal from Cartier. 8, no more than 8. I try to stay around 5 or 6. This is sexy. Oud Santal. Coming in at number 4. At number 4, the name of this fragrance is basically sex. It is the result thereof. This fragrance is smooth, buttery, vanillic, addictive. You can't stop smelling yourself when you on it. This is almost a neck nibbling fragrance. This is all the Pauls. This is Pauls all the way. This fragrance is from the house of Otto Parisi, and this is Semen Nalis. Yes, Semen Nalis. This was created, and they have this milky kind of thing supposed to be what the male secretion is supposed to be like, or their vision of it. And I get that. To me, they don't list a lot of notes, or they aren't supposed to list notes. Any notes that you see aren't necessary. That's what people are kind of getting. It's not a note list really from the company. I don't think they really put notes out. I'm getting some sandalwood, a little bit of sandalwood. I'm getting some spice, some pepper. I'm getting vanilla. I'm getting tons of musk. This is and with Otto Parisi fragrances, because like it might be Javanol that I'm getting, it's so like chemical, they last like forever. This is just on skin. I know what the name is. I know what it represents. You be like, bro, I'm putting semen on my skin. Pause. All the pause. But this, you don't need much sprays. I normally go about 4 on this. 4. That's all I do. 4. I don't overspray it. I'm not trying to. I want to draw people in. Therefore, I don't need people smelling me across the room. If they can smell me across the room, they have no reason to come in. They can smell it. I need somebody to get a waft of it, be like, I know that's not skin. Can you come closer? Because there's something you smell like, but I don't know what it is, but I know I like it. Come here a little closer. Hey, boy, come in. Let me smell you. You want people to do that. If they can smell you across the room and be like, oh, you smell good. You want people to say, hey, boy, hey, come here, boy. Like, come here. Let me smell you. You smell good. Come here. Come closer. Let me smell your neck. That's what you want. This is what that will do. This is an absolute aphrodisiac. You do not need a lot of sprays on this. This will last me forever. I don't need a lot of sprays on this. It works. Semen Nalis from Otto Parisi at number 4. Coming in at number 3. As I'm looking at this list, I'm almost debating if I should really put this at number 2. Just because my number 2, I have less experience with my number 2 than I have with this. Because this has always hit for me no matter where I go. It hits. To me, when it comes to this line of the brand, this is one of the best from that line. This is from the house of Zherzhov, from their Join the Club. This is Ivory Root. To me, Ivory Root is one of the best from the line. Easily one of the best from the line. Oh, man. You get spices. You get this balsamic nuance to it. Let me find me a tester strip just to be reminded. Good sprayers. Oh man. Spicy. Almost like a little bit of cinnamon, but maybe like black pepper. Some maybe benzoin. Maybe vanilla. Maybe a little bit of maybe Virginia cedar, because I get this sweet, because I don't believe they really release notes on these either. I'm getting like this almost sweet woods, but almost smooth woods too. So maybe a little bit of sandalwood, Virginia cedar, some pepper, some benzoin, some spice. Bro, performance works. When I tell you this does numbers, I really should have put this at number 2. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's going to be number 3 today. I'm not going to change it. I'm going to go with what I'm going with. But this could easily be number 2 because I have done numbers on this. Compliment getting, sensual. This is a fragrance that will draw people in. Enchanting, regal. One of the best. That's Ivory Root from the Join the Clubs line of Zherzhov. Moving on. Coming up at number 2. I know this house has been hyped. I don't know where the hype came from. It's weird. I think anytime this house is hyped, it comes from like newbies. Always be like, you're new. You must be new to fragrances. Like, this house is legendary. The house has been around long before anybody was born. These particular fragrances, most have been around for a minute. And somehow in the last month, it's just been hyped. But these been good. But this fragrance I'm going to talk about today, I'm going to get a ton of burn in. This is vanilla, leather. This is sex E. The times I won it 2 times, gotten really good results from wearing this around people. I can't wait. When I say I cannot wait to wear this out, I cannot wait. This is moving up in some of my best leather. This is from the House of Guerlain. This is Queer Beluga. Queer Beluga. This here, it uses the vanilla of like Spiritualise Double Vanille, but add this buttery smooth leather. I believe there's some florals in here. To describe Queer Beluga is to describe warmth, sexy, regal, enchanting. If you want a leather fragrance, and leather can be tricky. It can be tricky because sometimes leather ain't going to hit with people. But that vanilla combo with this is insane. If you want to find a really good layer with this, layer this with Oud Nude. I've given you 2 layers, bro, in this one video. Oud Nude from the same house, layer with Queer Beluga takes this out of this world. Queer Beluga. It is moving up in my leather ranking. I cannot wear or wait to hit the streets in this. I'm going to get dressed up for this. No, this is leather jacket. This is leather jacket, turtleneck, black jeans, Chelsea boots, Scully, scarf, pea coat, wool jacket with the hoodie combo, with the jeans. Queer Beluga, my number 2. Stunning. If you don't want to really smell like cakes, you don't want to smell like just straight up vanilla. It's like, I don't know why as a man, I want to smell like nothing but vanilla. Cool. That's why you don't get Spiritualise Double Vanille. You don't do that one. I think it's a good fragrance, but if you don't want to do that, but you still want that same vanilla, go with Queer Beluga. Go with Queer Beluga. That one just, it uses that same vanilla and it just wrapped in a buttery leather. Chef's kiss. Last but not least, when it comes to sex, compliments, night out, intriguing, this is probably one of the fragrances that changed my mind on this particular note. Again, this particular note on the dominance of this fragrance isn't known for really compliments. But when you're talking about date night, you're going out to eat steak. You're going out to eat where the lights are dimmed. This is one that you reach for and wear. It's special. It is the number 1 leather fragrance ever created, in my most humble opinion. It's my favorite leather fragrance of all time. And this is from Armani Privé, and this is Queer Majesty. Queer Majesty. This, the osmanthus, it already uses this dried fruits apricot thing, but when you add, I believe osmanthus is in here. I believe it's almost this peachy, this peachy apricot thing going on with leather that, oh my God, bro. It's dark without being too dark, with like being smoky. Dark leather can be smoky. This is, and I don't even like to spray this as much. This is one I'm like, if you spray it, you need to be wearing it. It's like if you pull your gun, you need to squeeze. Oh my God, bro. You want to, a lot of leathers I wouldn't necessarily suggest for like a date night or first impression. I wouldn't suggest leather all the time. Queer Beluga, my number 1 and my number 2, I would suggest leather as you going out with a lady, maybe your first time meet, I could suggest these. Strangers, it has a little bit of earthiness. I believe oak moss is in here. My number 1 leather, Queer Beluga from Armani Privé. I've had this for years. It works all the time. This is good for a cigar lounge. It's good for a speakeasy. It's good for a night out happy hour. It's good for a steak dinner. This is good for a Michelin star restaurant. Like, I'm not walking into a Michelin star restaurant smelling like Dior Sauvage. I'm not. I got more class than that. Walking in there smelling like Dior Sauvage is the equivalent of walking in there with holes in your jeans in a pair of Jordans with a sleeveless shirt. Have some class, some coof, and some etiquette. This is one for that. Bro, wearing Dior Sauvage in there is like this. This is like black tie. This is like when you want to get dressed up just to go out and have drinks. Let's say you and the guys Want to just go out and just be like, yo, let's throw on some suits. Let's go semi-casual and just go somewhere and have some drinks. Listen, if you got a whole bunch of homeboys, I'm gonna put y'all on the more game. If you got a whole bunch of homeboys who y'all like to get fresh, and let's say y'all live in a city, you got a homeboy. Let's say you got about 4 good homeboys. Y'all live in a metropolitan city, right? On a Friday night, walk in there together wearing the finest of fragrances. This is why, bro, sometimes you gotta up your game. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be the one who say it. There's levels to this shit. There's levels. You like what you like. I don't care what you like, but there's levels to this. It just is. It's levels. I'm sorry. Maybe somebody can wear tuxedo. Why I say tuxedo, but I mean, y'all get up. Hey, what you wearing? I'm gonna wear Faith. What you wearing? I was gonna wear Ganymede, but I can't wear that. Y'all get some of the finest stuff on, like the good stuff. If you the only one with the fragrances, have people come over your house. You tell them what they're gonna wear based on what they're wearing, and y'all just like wear a suit, tailored suits, and just go have some drinks at the bar where nobody else is really wearing suits. But you're in a city where people are known to wear suits, and go there in a suit. Just get dressed up for y'all. Just get dressed up. Y'all will round them up. I'm telling you, first of all, you walk in with a suit, you're going to get all the attention. They're going to be like, why is he doing that? Why are they doing that? But it's something about them. What is it about them? Why are they doing that? Hold on. They walking over here, smelling the bar. God, bro, they all walk by me. What is that smell of, oh my God, what are they wearing? They have the whole bar smelling amazing. Hey, you might get drinks bought for you. You might. All right, no more free game. Sorry, I'm charging y'all. I'm going to go to a paid tier. Y'all got to get paid tier to get this game because I'm retired. I'm hanging it up, bro. But this is just easy. This is easy work. Easy work. Anyway, Queer Beluga, wear it. Go ahead. Tailored suits. Just put some tailored suits on. You and the guys get dressed up for no reason. It might be like, but I like to say go with like three or more. Go with 3 or more, right? It got to be a nice bar. It don't have to be like Michelin star, but it's semi-nice. But it don't got to be the best. About 4 y'all go dressed up casually. Even if y'all could be trash men that wear jeans and Dickies all day, go home. Put on the suits, put on your nice jeans, you know what I mean? I'm sorry, your nice slacks or your suits. Maybe you got a whole suit or you got a 2-piece different, you got a blazer and some slacks, maybe you changing it up. You got some monk straps on your shoes, pull up a couple monk straps and get dressed up 4 y'all. You need like 4. 3 you can kind of pull. I think 4 is a better number. Not only do you go to the bar and have some drinks, but you go somewhere where you know it's going to be a line waiting. So you go there because you want to sit at a table and y'all going to have dinner together. Yes, 4 men are going to sit down. Masculine men are going to sit down in masculine ass suits and going to have dinner. Y'all going to order. But y'all going somewhere, y'all know y'all going to have to wait. So while you're waiting and everybody's watching y'all wait, you're going to go to the bar and you're going to order drinks because that's where you're going to mingle at. But when you're walking to the bar, you're going to look at where all the beautiful women are positioned at because you want your chair somewhere. You want to be seated somewhere where they can see you, but you don't have to look like you staring at them. And you're going to say, hey, we want to sit like somewhere over here. This is one of our favorite seats. Even if you've never been there, that's one of our favorite areas. If we can sit somewhere over there, because you already know because y'all went and got drinks, got a couple of old fashions, men drinks. Don't go there with the Corona and grenadine, you gump. Don't do that. Now's not the time to be soft. Bro, old fashions, smoky old fashions. You know what I mean? You want your stuff straight. Don't get some damn Coke in your bourbon with a lime. Don't be a pussy. Be a man. Get some manly drinks. Some stuff that'll make you go, ah. But even if you do that, hold it in. Even if it's too strong, just be like, But yo, it's a sipper. You're not drinking it to get drunk. You're going to sip. You're going to babysit it. Why? Because as you're sipping and drinking, you peeping the crowd. You peeping the scene. All right, who I want attention from? Who's sitting here? Who's sitting where? Okay, All right, the bar is packed. I need to pick up my drinks over there, so I need to get the bartender over there. So I'm gonna go over there. I'm gonna try to get the bartender. I'm not, I ain't gonna really talk to the ladies. I'm trying to lean over them so I get the drinks for the guys. Maybe I'm gonna buy the first round. All y'all don't need to go over there. That's too much. That's too much. That's too much. Like too much going on. Too much going on. One of y'all go over there. Maybe the best looking one or like the second the best looking one, not the best looking, because you want them to also say like, y'all know. Listen, we heterosexual men. Y'all know who the best looking guy in the crew is. Yeah, we don't have to. Y'all know who the flyest motherfucker is, bro. It's okay. You ain't homosexual because you know your man's fly. You know who get all. You know who clapped at you. You know who it is. Y'all know who it is. He don't go over there. Why? You need them to also ask, who is that? You need them to wonder who is that. Maybe the second flyers go over there. Get drinks for the crowd. Get drinks for the crew. Hey, let me get four. Let me get you over there. They hearing you. Let me get 4 old fashions. Let's do the old fashioned. Let's do that top ride. Let's get some of that good ride right there. Let's do that. Now we don't want the bottom shelf ride. Let's get the good one. Let me get 4 of them joints real quick for me and my crew. Me and my peoples. Me and my peoples. Don't say crew. You're too mature for that. Me and my peoples. Me and my folks. Go get that. Go in between the ladies. Excuse me, ladies. Can I grab this real quick? Hey, I'm going to go ahead and get the other 2 and I'll come right back. They smell you. Get the first 2. They smelled you. Oh, my God. Where he going? Oh, shit. Damn. Look at that fine motherfucker over there. That's the flies dude in the crew. Oh, God damn. He fine. Hand him a drink. Go back. Get the other 2. They might ask you, hey, what's up with y'all? Where y'all coming from? Where y'all going? That's what you want. I don't know. We chilling. I'm like, what's up with y'all? Y'all trying to come sit at the table with us or whatever? I don't know. We going to order some food. We just waiting for our table to open up. And y'all gonna sit there and it's okay for a group of men just to have some eats, but y'all gonna smell good. Work the fucking crowd. Bro, y'all get off the internet. Go touch grass, bro. Some of y'all don't have game. That's it. That's enough free game for y'all. That's enough free. I'm not teaching y'all to work the room no more. Next time, I'm gonna do members only lives where we're gonna be talking about game and everything else. I don't know, bro, because some of y'all still gonna be epic fail. And then when you're having a conversation with them, maybe because you know you're gonna be the one with the buzzer. And they be like, you're gonna talk to the ladies a little bit. Maybe you're talking to the ladies while you over getting the last drinks. Then you do this. You wave to your peoples. Hey, come. Hey, be like, oh, well, be like, while I'm talking to you, be like, I'm sorry, that's rude. My name is so and so, so and so. I'm EQ. Let me introduce you to my folks real quick. Hey, come, Mike and them. Hey, be like EQ, Mike. This Lisa, this Mike, this Mike, this Trayvon, this whoever, whatever, you know what I mean? This Lisa, this Carol, they come over there and they work so-and-so because you got to know them. They work at so-and-so, so-and-so. Oh, really? You act, even if you don't care, bro, you act interested. Oh man, oh, that's nice. What's that? And you make sure you say their name more than once because you want to remember the name. Because it's a Carol. So you got to say Carol like 5 times within a sentence. So Carol, what kind of things are you into, Carol? That way you remember the name. Instead of you say, what's your name again? Turn off. You want to be attentive. Say it a couple times. Remember it. Oh yeah, what y'all doing? You be like, oh, the buzzer come off. Look, I don't want to be rude, but we just got the buzzer to go set at the table. Hey, Mike, go set it. Again, the best looking friend can't stay around. You gotta, he's the fishing rod. He's the bait. Send him off. To go, hey, you go join, go get the table real quick. And be like, hey man, well look, I don't want to be rude, but before I leave y'all, what y'all drinking on? And be like, man, listen, man. Hey, we're gonna go eat table. Get these ladies some drink. Look, it was nice meeting y'all. Hopefully y'all come here often. We'll see y'all again. Peace. I'm out. The whole time they're gonna be like, bro, they ain't pressed me over. They weren't trying to do too much. They had good conversation. They bought drinks. They dressed like they got some shit going on. Bro, you work at GameStop. You don't got nothing going on. But perception is 9/10 of the law. And you're gonna go sit down. And y'all gonna have a good dinner. You know what I'm saying? You might have appetizers in the middle, so y'all can share the appetizers. One appetizer, share for 4. You know what I mean? Get a couple of wings. That's 2 wings a piece. Maybe some bread. Don't look too greedy. You know what I'm saying? Watch how you eat. Don't eat like a savage, licking your fingers. You know what I mean? Put the napkin down in your lap. You know what I mean? Eat like you've been somewhere before. You want soup, for goodness gracious. Sit down and have some drinks. I don't know, man. This is free game. I don't know why y'all don't. I do know. Some of y'all just lame. I don't know. Man. That's just is when y'all have OGs, man. And that's okay. Some people ain't had no daddies. That kind of puts you on. You know what I'm saying? But again, when you grow, if you're not pressed, you can't be pressed. You can't be thirsty. It has to be a smooth transaction, very smooth. Act like you've been there before, even if you haven't. When you go to a job interview, you don't go in there like, I'm not. And that's why you put on the fly shit. You put on things that make you feel confident. I don't know about y'all, but anytime you put on a tailored suit and it's fitting your body properly, you don't look like, when I say tailored, you don't go in there looking like you're 6 years old and your mama bought you an Easter suit off the rack. The sleeves are too long, like you look crazy. It doesn't accentuate your body. Like, you don't do that. Like, you got a suit because you knew you was on probation and you had to go to court. You don't wear that suit. You're not going in there like that. You get something nice, maybe with some patterns on it. Go hit Darian for that. He'll put you on. There's some style guys on YouTube that'll put you on. That's Darian's space. I ain't gonna tap into that, but you do that. It don't have to be the most expensive, but you do that. You just get a suit, wear you nice. I like you've been there. You don't gotta have ties on. Y'all can do the no ties or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? With just the one button undone. Maybe you have cufflinks, maybe you don't. I like you've been there. Act like you get women, even if you don't. So you don't be pressed. Oh my God, women! Hey, you're so fine. I wanna. No, chill. Hey, how you doing? How y'all doing? Y'all good? All right, cool. Hey, let me get them 2 joints real quick. Excuse me, I ain't want to be rude. I ain't know. Hopefully, I wasn't just interrupting the conversation. Oh, no, you good? You good? You smell good? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Be like, you smell good too. What you wearing? Oh, I'm wearing Olympia. Oh yeah, that's cool. I know that, man. What's that? A little bit of vanilla and stuff? Your little fragrances. Like, well, I got a little something, little collection on. You know what I mean? I got a little something I like to wear. Nothing much though. Be like, what's up with y'all though? Nothing, man. We just getting all work. Work was hard this Friday. Friday's a good day to wind down. Oh yeah, man. Yeah. That's what me and my guys doing, man. Every now and then we like to come out, have a good time, man. We have some fellowship. Men have fellowship. We need to get together, have some fellowship. Yeah. But matter of fact, let me not be rude. Let me introduce you to the guys. Hey, God, what's your name again? Oh, my name Ray. Oh, yeah. It's so. Introduce. All right, cool. Yeah, man, they over, have conversation. Yeah, everybody conversing. Y'all already know, hey, I got 1, you got 2. You discuss the game plan. I'm going after 1, you go after 2. Mike. All right, hey, table ready. All right, but look, you got some drinks or whatever. What y'all drinking on? Round for everybody. We doing old fashions and stuff. You never know. Y'all stay there long enough. Some women will be like, oh, I got the next round. You cool, bro. You ain't pressed to get ass. You cool. I got the next round. Yo, you get a new set of friends, especially if they go up there all the time. Man, fuck. I ain't giving y'all no more game. I'm over it, bro. Yeah, man. You got to be humble, bro. Yeah, I got a little collection. I got a couple of things, you know what I mean, guys. Hit them with some slight shit. I got some creeds, you know what I mean. I got a couple of houses, like, you know what I mean, like some little houses like Bodicea and Frederick Malls, you know what I mean. Got a couple of girl loans, nothing crazy though, you know what I mean. Nothing crazy, a couple of girl lawns, some Bodiceas and some Frederick Malls, some slight shit, you know what I mean. I got a creed or two. Some stuff I like to wear. Nothing major. What you into though? Because it ain't about me. It's about you. So get it off you real quick. Oh, come on, man. What we talking about? You know what I mean? They don't know what that is, man. Yeah, fellowship, bro. Call it fellowship. Hey, guys, we're gonna go have some fellowship. But for real, even if it ain't about getting compliments and getting women, you should have, I was thinking about this. Like, you and the guys should just pick once a month or, once every 2 months. Because when you get in your 40s, a lot of people get old. They got family, they got kids, they got shit going on. Maybe once a month, y'all pick a nice restaurant to go to, 4 or 5 of y'all, and y'all have some fellowship. Go out and eat dinner together. It ain't gay, bro. If you think that's gay, I question what you think about at night. I question that. If your sexuality is tied into that. Trust me. As long as y'all ain't in that joint like, child, girl, y'all be cool. Ain't nobody gonna think you sassy. y'all gonna be cool. Y'all gonna be like men. Y'all gonna have rounds of drinks, man. You drink, go there like 4 or 5 deep. We want a table, the round joint. We want the joint in the corner where everybody can see us. But we dressed up like men. We drink men's drinks. We drink bourbon over here, bro. Whiskey. Maybe some tequila. Keep your strawberry daiquiris the hell away from us and your mojitos. That's for another day. Give me some rum. And have fellowship. Men have fellowship. Trust me. If you want attention, these fragrances here are nothing but a gateway to building your confidence. Again, I'll say it again. Fragrances are nothing but a gateway to build your confidence. What you wear builds your confidence. If you go out to the gym and you take your shirt off, when you in the mirror, taking a shower, when you take your shirt off, you look yourself in the mirror, if you got work to do or if you don't, I'm not asking, So do the work the best way you can, one day at a time. Get outfits that fit you, outfits that insinuate your body. Women who built like soft serve ice cream melting probably shouldn't have these wrestling suits looking like Hacksaw Jim Duggan in a one piece. Those outfits ain't for you, girl. This just ain't for you. You built like Hacksaw Jim Duggan. You built like the Iron Sheik. You shouldn't be wearing one pieces. Do what you want to do, but soft serve ice cream melting when you sit down. That's how you built, Jabba. Like, it ain't for you. Everything ain't for everybody. So get things that insinuate your body, your features. When you do that, you feel confident. And when you wear a fragrance, I don't care how much this costs. I got this in my hand. That's expensive. But I don't care what it is. It can be your $60 fragrance. Cool. If that's what you want to wear, cool. I don't give a fuck what other men smell like. Don't sit around worrying about that. But if you have a fragrance that when you wear it, this is what I'm talking about. When you wear it, you feel happy. You feel rich. You feel sexy. That's what you reach for. I don't care how much it costs. It can be $2,000. It can be Roger Alt Lux, or it can be, Lattafa. Cool, whatever it is. But you need to feel that, because when you feel that and you portray that and you walk into a room, you walk different. You walk with BDE, big energy. You just do. You walk with big energy. You walk into a room feeling good. And when you do that and you confident in what you say, you're not stuttering, you got a flow with you, that's when you get compliments. When you got influencers on here, on these channels, on TikTok, to be like, every influencer lying to you about compliments. No, bro, all you telling me is you kind of lame out in real life. That's what you telling me. You're kind of lame in real life. You don't do nothing, or you don't be nowhere, or you only got personality when the cameras come on, but when you off the cameras, you jive lame. It's okay. That's why you ain't getting the compliments. You're nowhere where people are personable. So when you out in those spaces, nobody talks to you, because rather you look standoffish, maybe you have a bad attitude, maybe you're not confident. It's so many other things that come with getting compliments. But when you feel good, you smell good, you feel like you him, and you got confidence and you know how to be personable, compliments come. When people be, they don't get compliments like that. Yeah, you don't. Stop projecting. You don't. You're not confident in yourself. You think all this is a lie. You're not going to wear blue sapphire, and because I get compliments, you get compliments. You're not me and I'm not you. But you have to go places where people are social. No one's going to knock on your door when you're in your house, because you go from work to home and maybe to the grocery store. That is what your life looks like. You're never going to get compliment. I don't care how many fragrances you buy. But if you're out at bars, festivals, concerts, things where alcohol is served, restaurants, like if you out in these places, that's where people and strangers should communicate and talk. Stop trying to talk to women at the grocery store. They're coming in the aisle 6 to get some eggs that cost too much, to get some milk that costs too much, and they want to go home. Now's not the time to be really asking for my number. I'm trying to go to point A to point B. But when I'm at the bar and my guard is down and I'm chilling and I want to just have decompress, that's the time when you talk to me. That's the time when you get to know me. That's the time where compliments normally happen. But again, you know, that's why you can look at some people who do reviews and you be like, bro, you ain't getting no compliments. You don't be nowhere. If I threw you out in public, you're not going to convince me, grown ass 40-year-olds like, oh, these the best club fragrances. Bro, you 40 now. Last time you was in a club was 1990. You know what I'm saying? 2010. I don't know what the best club fragrances are. I don't go to clubs, bro. That ain't for me. I don't know what they wearing now. Be like, bro, you ain't going to clubs. How you know what the best club fragrance is? I don't believe you. You need more people. Rockefeller is the army, better yet the Navy. Kidnap your babies. You know what I mean? I wear Soul Cafe trying. Let me read some comments and then we're going to get up out of here. Let me see. Videos. Oh, yeah, man. I just want these videos. I know I did a list on most sensual fragrances and all that. Listen, that's clickbaitish, right? I do think these are sexy. Absolutely. Think these are absolutely sexy fragrances. But personality, game, how to interact with people goes a long way without fragrances. I wasn't always a fragrance head where I had like 10, 15 fragrances or more. Some of my illest game, like my illest time, like my peak where I was just my peak EQ-ness, my peak, bro, I was wearing one fragrance. I only had like one, maybe two fragrances. I can go somewhere and I didn't even put a fragrance on. I still was leaving with numbers. That's when you had to write, telephone numbers down on a sheet of paper. I was leaving with numbers, wearing nothing. Compliments on a fragrance is just a scent memory, because the importance of scent and the importance of getting people to remember you. And that's what that is about. But needing it? Nah, I don't need it. I can still go into the same room wearing the same suit at the same bar with the same group of friends, have the same conversation, and have the same end result that if I was wearing a fragrance. I can do the same thing. I can have the same end result if that's what I want the result to be, which is a number, a further conversation later on the line, maybe a date. I can have the same result and I'll go in there wearing nothing or smell of nothing. And I can still have the same result. Fragrances is just like wearing a watch. It's an accessory. It is not the total package. Stop trying to make fragrance your personality, because your personality is dry and weak. Don't make it your personality. Not in real life, at least. Life is bigger than that. What's your thought on scented? Now I'm gonna answer some questions and we're gonna get up out of here. We're at 1:30, so I'm gonna answer. Scented shit, My Glory, Aqua Di Agio. Aqua Di Agio, man, I was killing them. That's all I wore. I didn't need 50 fragrances and worrying about date night and all in winter, seasonal fragrances. Bro, Aqua Di Agio every day of the week. How do I feel about body butters? I mean, if that's what you want to do, I'm not the biggest fan of layering. I'm just not the biggest fan of layering. Generally speaking, I'm just not. I think the fragrance is good enough. I just like to wear it by itself. But I also like just wearing plain old hydrating lotion so my skin ain't dry and ashy, so the fragrance can strive. I don't like wearing something that's going to throw off my fragrance. Unless it's like lotion, like I wear a blue sapphire lotion, then I put blue sapphire on, but blue sapphire lasts all day. I don't know why I'm wearing blue sapphire lotion for. I don't need to smell like that for 48 hours. I don't. But I mean, if you like it, do it. It's not my cup of tea. Um, Let me see what else we got. Questions. Answer the questions now. I'll answer some questions and we'll round it out and end it out. If we got some more questions. I know as I was doing my list, some of y'all probably was typing, so I probably missed it because I'm not looking at comments while I'm trying to look at the camera. So football season is in full effect. I think Friday's show is going to be uncensored. We're going to hit a couple of topics on Friday. I don't know if it's uncensored. Just know if you're newly subscribed to me, that's my uncensored show isn't necessarily a fragrance show. If you are coming for fragrances, you're going to be disappointed. We're talking about everything but fragrances. Everything but. It's a lot of things going on in the world. It's a lot of different topics we can talk about. I might have people come on Friday if I do uncensored. I might put the link in the bio. You know what I'm saying? I might put it in. You know. I said Queer Beluga. Which one? You talking about when I did this one? I mean, yeah. I mean, well, if you know it's Queer Majesty, then it's Queer Majesty. I might overspoke, but also I don't know because I can't do replay right now. But at one point I was talking about Queer Beluga. But yes, when I was holding Queer Majesty, I was talking about Queer Beluga because my point was those are two leather fragrances. And that was my 1 and 2 in the list. So I was discussing both fragrances because I just think both of them are like extremely sexy. So I didn't want to put it down when I was still discussing both fragrances. So I don't know what the context is. I have to go back. Maybe I made a mistake. Maybe I didn't. But that's the beauty of being live is it's live. Mistakes can be made. But yeah, with Royal Oud or from Arabian Oud or or Nardisi be anywhere close to a top 10? A top 10 of what? It depends. A top 10 of what? Nardisi is my number 1 rose fragrance. So if you're talking rose fragrance, Nardisi is number 1. If you're talking in Carbon Sapphire is number 2. That's just what it is. When it comes to rose fragrances, is Nardisi is Carbon Sapphire, then it's everything else. That's where I stand. Based on everything I have and things that I smelt, that hasn't changed since then. So it depends. Namir or Dasman? I mean, I got both. I don't know. Depends on. I don't. They're two totally different rose oud fragrances. They smell differently. They perform differently as far as the drive. When I talk about the drive, I'm talking about from when you spray it on to when you park the car or when the fragrance is over with. It's a different drive. It's a different drive. It's like saying I have a Corvette, but I also have a Camaro and I also have a Porsche. They drive differently. The ride to point A to point B is going to be a different experience based on a lot of different things. If I'm driving a Porsche or if I'm driving a Mercedes S60 AMG S63, it's going to drive different. Supercharged V8, it's going to drive different. Let me see. Have I tried Radical Rose Extrait? Nah, man. I mean, I smelled it at what I'm gonna say, Parfum de Paris or this joint in Tyson's Corner. My experience with it is it was good, but I don't know why I need to buy it. If you've watched me long enough, then you just know I don't feel a need to buy every fragrance just because it's good. Most fragrances are good. I don't feel a need to buy everything. It's a waste of money to buy everything. It's a waste of money. Like, check it, man. I told y'all that like I'm really big on my finances, right? I'm really big on like making sure I have money to do things that I want to do. Well, I told y'all I built my house at 7% interest, which is crazy. 6,000 square feet at 7% interest, right? That's what I built the house at. It's expensive. Well, guess what rates have done? Rates dropped to 5%, 5.25, 5%. Guess what I'm gonna do? I'm in the process of refinancing. So that's almost 1.5 points that rates went down. 1.5 points. I'm refinancing. You know what they do when you refinance and they run your credit. I have supreme credit. My credit score is in the 800. I have supreme credit. That matters because I want to get the best rate. Also, I have to go to closing on this refinance. That costs me money. Like $2,500 for processing, filing, and everything else, like $2,500. Why? Now I could take that out of my equity in my house because I do have equity. So I could take that $2,500 out my equity and just refinance plus what I owe plus 25 to get the rate down. But why would I finance $2,500 over, even though it's over 30 years, when I can just pay the 25? It depends on if you got the money, pay the 25. If you need the money, you don't pay the 25, just refinance it. But just made more sense to like do it that way. So you got to have money on deck. But that 1.5 points saved me like $1,400 a month. Like $1,400 a month savings. Why? Because I kept my credit score good and I made sure I pay my bills and my point is, you don't have to buy it. It's a waste of money, bro. I need my money for other things. You know what I'm saying? You don't need to own everything. Everything is good. And stop listening to people, especially on Facebook, bro. Certain spaces, Facebook, TikTok, can be evil. You start looking at history of people. It's some people that everything is a 10 out of 10, bro. I stopped listening to these people. I don't even take their recommendations. Everything is a 10 out of 10. The same people said La Manetta was a 10 out of 10. Bro, it's cool. It's like an 8. It's like a 7.58. It's cool though. It's good. But a 10 out of 10? Nah, bro. Because if everything's a 10 out of 10, I got to question like what experience you have and what you've been like living with and what you've enjoyed. If every single thing impresses you, everything is blowing you away, then I'll be like, well, you ain't really tried enough stuff. Because at some point, some of the stuff that's coming out now ain't better than stuff that came out in 2016. I got fragrances from 2016, 15. That stuff that's coming out now isn't better. So I don't know why I need to buy it. It's not better than what I have. So why am I buying it for? I'm going to wear them both at the same time to do the same thing. I can save that money for something else. I can put it in a mutual fund for 5 years. Yeah, everything ain't a 10 out of 10, bro. If everything's a masterpiece or everything's a 10 out of 10, then nothing is a 10 out of 10. Because a 10 out of 10 has to mean something, right? A masterpiece has to mean something. Everything isn't masterpiece. If everything's a masterpiece, then nothing's a masterpiece. I question your idea of what a masterpiece is. I don't think you even know. You just impressed by every damn thing that come out, especially if you have an affiliate link or you're trying to sell me something that has to do with what you're calling a 10 out of 10. I bypass it. I ain't listen to that shit. I'm cool. I'm cool on that. It's okay to say some stuff is good. Some stuff is really good. The new Creed Oud Zarian or Zarian or Zarian, however you pronounce it, it's good. I don't need to own it. I got better rose oud fragrances. I don't need it. I'll never wear it. Or I might wear it for like this year or this winter and autumn. Oh, I'll wear it 5, 6, 7 times. But in 2024, I'll stop wearing it and it'll just be on the shelf chilling. To be honest, I could have put Delphinus on this list. Now that I think about it, Delphinus could have made this list, bro. Delphinus is good, bro. I wears that. That's good. But I got another list I'm putting together, and Delphinus will maybe make that list. That's like Iris and Tonka and Vanilla. Chef's kiss. No problem about the Montclair Law Court situation recommendation. Yo, Delphinus is that, man. Off of my skin, it does numbers, but it's not mind blowing. Delphinus, by no stretch of the imagination, is mind blowing. It's really good. It's really good. And the way it wore off of my skin, I didn't have anything that was slightly too similar to it, so I bought it. But if I had something that was slightly too similar to it, I wouldn't have bought it. It would have been a waste of money to me. I would just wear the slightly similar fragrance. Some fragrances, so coming up, some videos coming up, and then we're gonna get up out of here. Some videos coming up. We're gonna be discussing a supporter of the content sent me over some artisanal fragrance samples. I don't know how many he sent. I know some Arigador and some other stuff I've never heard of. And I don't own. So I'm going to do first impressions, my thoughts on those fragrances. I don't know what they are. It's still in the box. I'm going to open up the box, spray it, blind spray. I don't get to check the notes. I got to tell you what I'm getting. And then I'll have somebody run the notes and see how close or how far away I am with what I'm smelling. But I'll give you my idea of the fragrances. Now, Arigador, it's just to give you my thoughts, because I'm pretty sure some of those might be hard to get, or I don't know. I don't know what he sent me. So we're gonna do that video. I need to give you my Unks fragrances. So my favorite 10 Unk fragrances for autumn. I think I might do that tomorrow or Friday. No promises. I might do that tomorrow, maybe, depending on how I'm feeling when I get off work. So that might happen tomorrow. Unk fragrances. These are for fragrances for men 39 and up. 39 and up. My favorite Unk fragrances. Like, if you below 39, cool, you can wear them, but it ain't necessarily for you, bro. This is for grown men who, and not saying you ain't grown if you like 38, 35. I'm not trying to insult you. I'm not trying to do that. But like, you get into this midlife crisis thing, but you still want to be, you still want to feel youthful. You don't want to, smell like Halston or some Old Spice. Like, you don't want to do that. You ain't ready for that yet, but you, in this midlife crisis thing you dealing with. 40s is where midlife crisis come in. It's where the grays are coming in, but you still want to dye your beard because you haven't accepted the fact that, I get it, that it's gray time. Let the salt and pepper come through. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Unk fragrances, I might do that tomorrow. Will Berry Oud going to be on one of the next lists? Possibility. It won't be on an Unk fragrance list, but Berry Oud, I like Berry Oud. I like Berry Oud a lot, actually. So, but Unk fragrances, I plan on doing that tomorrow. I'm going to plan on that tomorrow. No guarantee. But that's, for the men, 39, but really the 40 and up crew. Like midlife crisis crew. I'm going to talk to y'all. That's what that's for. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you want to be sexy, the OG fragrances. When you want to be, you still want to have you still want to have your sensual, sexy Unk fragrances. I don't know. I'll figure out how to name it for clickbait purposes. But my point is, I'm gonna give you on some shit you can wear, but it's still like, it's playful, but you ain't smelling like Versace Eros. Wear what you want to wear, but I also don't think that a man 40 putting on 20 sprays of Versace Eros can be taken seriously in life. I'm sorry, I'm judgmental. I just don't know if I could. Yeah, I just don't know if that man can be taken serious in life. You seem like the man who's the old pervert who's still looking at 20-year-olds trying to grab them up. Like, let it go, Unk. You still trying to buy tables and stand on couches in the club at 45. Bro, it's okay. If you're going to go to the club and have a section, set your old ass down and cross your legs and drink some bourbon While everybody, why your nieces and nephews, because you bought a section with some of them, that's why you there. They listen to, NBA NBA young boy or something. You know what I'm saying? He like the Beyonce of the young dudes. You know what I'm saying? Set the fuck down. Yo, you old, bro. I'm not standing on tables, bro. I'm too old. Gray hair. Hell, I look like standing on tables. Bro, I'm old. I'm sitting in the corner. I'm chilling. I'm drinking Macallans in the club. Give me a Macallan 12 in the club. That's going to cost a lot of money, but give me the Macallan. You can have the Tito's. Tito's for young boys. I mean, too many people drinking Tito's. I'm like, oh, they're going to be shooting here shortly. I got to go. Y'all ain't sophisticated enough for me. Yeah. He said, yeah, man, the King Unk fragrances, man. Yeah, grown men shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, the thing with Jim Jones is he's an entertainer and he's trying to like keep up with the times because he can sell music. So he has a reason why he's doing that. But like, I remember COVID when barbershops was closed. I remember LeBron James, Rick Ross, Diddy, all DJ Khaled. Y'all had them gray ass beards. Now that COVID's over, now y'all beards are like glistening like shoe paint black. Slim, it's cool, yo. Leave them young girls alone. Not saying that's what they do because DJ Khaled married, you know what I mean? I ain't want to put that on them, but it's like those days over, bro. Let your nephew and them grab them up. You know, maybe 35. You might be able to grab 35 up, grab her up. But you better still be ready to have kids because, you know, she might not have kids yet if she got shit going on. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, got to figure out where you want to go with that. You want to have a little bit of fun, but make sure she knows you want to have fun. Don't waste her youth on you having fun. You know what I'm saying? You know you snipped and she want to have a kid and you just out this joint wasting her youth away. You know when her biological clock is ticking. Don't do that to her. He said Diddy hour. Yeah, man. So either way, man, that's some stuff we'll be talking about. We're gonna get to it, man. I'm gonna ask a few more questions. We can talk, but we 3 minutes away from 2 hours. So y'all got 3 minutes to off topic. Who you got fight night? What? Crawford, right? Crawford fighting? Bud? I got Bud. I might put money on Bud. I feel like Bud fighting, right? I got money on Bud. So we got 183 still here. I appreciate y'all watching. Hopefully most of my people who watch me are men. So hopefully y'all got some game on how to just navigate. Again, I come from a different generation. That's why I don't take this internet stuff serious. I'll be like, yo, get off the fucking internet. Go touch grass sometimes. Like, I came from a generation where when you want to know where all the kids were in the neighborhood, you know how you found out? There was no internet. There was no text messages. You went to the house with all the bicycles in the front yard. I come from that generation. You rode around the neighborhood and you saw like 15 bikes parked in the front yard. You knew that's where the Nintendo was. That's where everybody at. That's my generation. My generation, where you had to walk up to a girl, rip a sheet of paper, ask for a pen, or maybe you was at McDonald's and you had to ask for a pen and a napkin. You had to write your name down on a sheet of paper. It took effort. I come from the era where there was no inboxes to talk to girls. Where you see the inbox makes y'all, some of y'all, inbox creates a generation of cowards. Because the inbox is a place where you can type what you want to type and say what you want to say. The internet is kind of like that, where somebody can say something crazy on the internet. And if they see you in real life, they kind of like a little bit different. Energy changes. The internet and inboxes created cowards. I can go into I can go on Beyonce. Is she on the internet? She's still on it. I know Jay-Z be turning his internet off unless he got an album. Beyonce's on the internet. Now she's not going to read my inbox, but I can right now go into Beyonce's inbox and be like, damn, Shawty, I can be disrespectful. Damn, Shawty, you looking good, man. That ass fat. I can be that disrespectful in the inbox. it created a generation of cowards. That's nothing. I would walk up if Beyonce walked in front of me in real life. I wouldn't say that to her. I wouldn't say that to her. Oh, let me see them motorboats. I wouldn't say that. The inbox, the internet had people, it created a generation of cowards because you can say what you want to say and do what you want to be, do what you want to do and be what you want to be. You aren't really responsible for your words. I come from a generation where if you saw a woman, there was no, I see you in real life, I don't say anything. Then I go into your inbox and be like, hey, I saw you at the, you ever had that happen? Somebody see you in real life, then they go in your inbox and be like, hey, I saw you at the so-and-so, was that you? Be like, yeah, it was me, weirdo. Why didn't you talk? Why are you telling me you saw? Like, that's weird. It's like, sometimes I feel like somebody's watching me. Like, why you just ain't speak? That's weird. It's a generation of fucking weirdos. Like, I don't come from that. I come from, if you see something, you like it, you got to say something. The internet made it too easy. It gave too many people access to women that they would never have access in real life. It gave us access to celebrities' information because they're always telling us what they're doing to get paid. You never knew what people were doing. There was an allure there. The internet made it safe. It created a generation of cowards. It just is. Too many people got access to women. That's why it's weird how people complain about like women or the dating scene or like, oh, women want are men who got money. These modern women today, all they want is men with money. Bro, go touch grass. When I go outside and touch grass, I see women with broke dudes every day. I see women with broke dudes every day in real life. These motherfuckers ain't millionaires. They work a 9 to 5 like I do. We all broke. I see it every single day. Every day I walk out the house, I see it. On the internet, it'll have you thinking every woman needs a man that makes 6 figures and dun. Log the fuck off the internet and go touch grass. It's not like that in real life. That's an internet rhetoric because everybody can just get together and create whatever narrative they want to create. You don't need a dude who makes 6 figures. You fuck off the guacamole on Chipotle. I know what you do. Slim, my man told me. She got you extra guac from Chipotle and you topped them off. What are you talking about? Stop. Here goes some guac. Give me that neck. Like, it's just, I don't know. The internet ain't real, bro. Internet ain't real. I don't take none of that shit people type on the internet serious. So I don't get caught up in like red pill stuff. I mean, women are going to always be the same. Men are going to be the same. Give women consistency, good communication, make them laugh, be interesting, be a man of your word. You can get women. I don't care what they type on the internet. Be intriguing, be mysterious, make them laugh, be funny, have a personality, have a plan, be about your purpose. You can get women. It's not hard. Can you get every woman? No. Life ain't never been that way. Regular men ain't never been able to get the most beautiful women. Most people are average. The most people in this world are average. The internet, they make you motherfuckers think they around 10s all day. There's a whole bunch of average motherfuckers running around. Men and women. We all average, bro. Average. 5s. Everybody's 5s. It's okay to say you a 5, but you confident 5. It's okay, bro. But I'm a 10. Listen, it's okay to have self-esteem, but you're not a 10. You have to wait in line when you go to the hot club in Miami and Cali. You're not a 10. Those 10s don't wait in line. They go in. You're not a 10. Sorry, reality says otherwise. Yeah, man. Neck for the Chipotle. For the 5 for 5 Wendy's. You got the Wendy's 5 for 5. I'm going to let you. Come on, bro. The internet ain't real, man. That's why you got to log off and get away from spaces of like, anytime I'm in a space where somebody knocking women too much or men too much, I know they're doing that content for monetization. I just know the content's for monetization. I don't take it serious. I watch it for entertainment purposes. I watch for entertainment purposes. The shit ain't real. It ain't real at all. You know what I'm saying? It ain't real, bro. I don't care what nobody say. Anytime you surround yourself with negative space and negative energy and negative content, you will believe the bullshit that say it. All women want are men with money. Where is this happening in real life? Where? Show me where these women are at in real life. I seen you with the dude who, matter of fact, ain't your baby daddy Ray Ray? Right? Ain't your baby daddy? You not only you let him smash more than once, you let him put a baby in you. He ain't had that money. You don't have those standards. Chill. Oh, you always talking about so and so. Wasn't you with the chick that looked like Lizzo? But you always date tens and chicks with BBLs. But ain't your baby mama a big joint? But you don't like big what? Huh? What? Seems like your baby mama. You gave her a baby. What the fuck are we talking about here? It's all fake. It's all fake, bro. Internet is not real. Don't believe none of it. Hey man, your husband should be a 10 for him. You better tell him that. He gonna buy you a gift. But no, I mean, listen, I'm all for confident, but I'm saying 10s, let's be honest. A 10 is universally a 10. Can we be honest about that? A 10 is a 10, universally. Universally. It ain't like I'm a 10 in my own house and I think my person's a 10. And no, I'm talking about universally. When they walk out the house, 10s are treated a different way in life. A 10 is treated differently. A 10 can go to Monaco and have a billionaire on their line. A 10 can go to Miami and get into the club without waiting in line. Some of y'all gonna go to Miami and they gonna let you in. Some of y'all gonna be in LA and they gonna tell you, they gonna be, hey, you come in. Nah, bro. Move. Come, you. If people ain't doing that for you, I get confidence and I get you should be highly confident about yourself. I get that. I ain't trying to knock that from nobody. But reality also has to set in. As Kevin would say, who's a 10? If Beyonce's a 10, are you Beyonce? You saying that you get the same treatment as Beyonce? When Beyonce walk into a room and you walk into a room, it's the same. You get the same damn treatment. No, you don't. People don't even know you there. Simmer down. Oh, you a 10? Okay, well, when Idris Elba walks into a room and you walk into a room, do you get the same attention? Do you? You get the same looks? Do you? No? Yes? No? Maybe so? If you do, cool. You might be. You know how you want to know if somebody's a 10? Here's how you know. And we're going to end it up. You want to know if a man or a woman is a 10? You want to know if they're a 10? When they post a picture or they do a video talking about something, the comments will tell you if a person's a 10. If a man is doing a video, let's say like I do this, let's say if I was a real 10 and I was doing an Instagram reel about Blue Sapphire, you know what most of my comments from women would be about? Man, I don't even know what you talking about. You look good. Your smile is impeccable. You take care of yourself. You work out. Like it'll be everything but the fragrance. If you want to know if you a 10, you do a video, you'll have your comments flooded. If you a 10, a woman, if you a 10, you know, when you post a video, women just want to know how beautiful you are, what makeup you using. Men are saying some stuff and they putting hard eyes. They don't care what you talking about. They don't care what you talking about. It's the comment section is going to be a reflection of where you are in life. It's going to be a reflection. Go to somebody who you know is a 10 and watch them post a picture and read the comments. They don't care nothing about that long ass, dumb ass caption that you put in there. They going to talk about everything else but that caption. That's how you know if you a 10. That's how you know. The internet will tell you. But it's cool. It's okay to be delusional. But know this, nobody lies to us more than ourselves. We lie to us more than anybody else. We play ourselves more than anybody else. But call yourself a 10. It's cool. Reality says otherwise. I hear you saying there's levels, but it ain't levels. A 10 is a 10 is a 10. Ain't no such thing as like a 10 squared. I'm a 10, but I'm a 10 squared. No, A 10 is a 10. Beyonce is a 10 no matter where she walks. Bernice Burgos is a 10 no matter what room she walk in. I don't care who's in the room. Bernice Burgos is a 10. I don't care what room she walk into. It's there's no level. She walks in, bro. She gets treated different than other women. Period. Point blank. It is not up for debate. There's one level. A 10 is the level. That's the level. A 10. There's like not no, well, I'm a 10 and she's a 10, but we're different. No, if she's a 10 and you're saying you're a 10, but you're at this level, no, you really like a 5. It's okay. It's okay. Like, it's okay. I know you think you here, but you're really like here. If this is a 10 and you're saying it's levels, well, then you're already admitting that you're probably a 5. And that's cool. Most people walking around the earth are 5s and below. Most. But, Kevin told people this and they ain't listen. I think that goes for both genders, myself included. I think most people are average. Most couples are average. Very few people are Nicole Ari Parker and her husband, Boris Kojo. Very few people. Those people are beautiful. That's a beautiful couple. Very few people are them. When they walk into a room, people are starstruck. They like, God damn, the motherfuckers look good. You don't have to walk into the same spaces. A 10 is a 10. When she walks in, well, now for granted, she got a little bit of money, so it's a little bit different, but a 10 is a 10. If there's different levels and you saying, well, Beyonce is this 10, and you're saying, but I'm this 10, all you're really saying is Beyonce is a 10 and I'm a 5. It's not really, it's simple math. That's like saying, oh, this is a masterpiece, but this other thing is a masterpiece. I mean, if this is a masterpiece, and how is that a masterpiece? This is like the level is knowing that maybe you just aren't a 10, and that's okay. That's okay to come to terms with it. It's quite okay. It's okay. You don't hate yourself because you can't come to terms with it. You know what I mean? It's okay. If you feel you might be a 2, cool. Work on yourself, work on your confidence, work on your body, a lot of that from a 2 to a 5 to a 6 is really confidence in keeping yourself up, shape, health, you know what I mean? Brush your teeth. You're not missing side teeth. You got a good dental plan. That's kind of the thing. But the whole, if this is the epitome of beauty and you're not here, and that is a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10, and you're saying, yeah, they're here. I'm not as beauty as them. I'm here somewhere. Then you just admitted you're a 4 or 5. It's cool. But just know these 10s, when they walk into a room in any state, Miami, Texas, Atlanta, New York, Chicago, DC, it don't matter what room they walk into. They can walk into the mall. They can walk universally. Every woman wants to be them. Every guy wants to be with them. That is a 10. Universally, people be like, bro, I wish my body, when you look, I wish my body looked like that. That's a 10. When mass majority of people all agree that this person is beautiful, that's a 10. You don't have to think about it. If people look at you and they be like, I don't know about that. You ain't universally, I don't know about that. You ain't a 10. You know what I'm saying? But here now, Xavier said it's definitely levels. A 9 in Chicago will be a 7 in Miami. No, then they just really a 7 in Chicago. It's just Chicago. Chicago's a beautiful city, but Chicago just might have mid people. But it's some 10s in Chicago. Trust and believe. There's some 10s in Chicago. It's just what it is the people who think they 9s really just they're 9 of them because they can't achieve. Like they can't achieve a real 10. So to them, they're 10. That's cool. That's almost like me saying, well, to me, my lady is a 10 because I'm attracted to her. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, I get that. My man, my husband, my wife is a 10. I said, yeah, because that's your view to you and you love them. And I get that. But when they step out of you, when they walk into the street, universally, everybody's not saying they're a 10. They're a 10 to you, and that's okay. But a 10 is universally a 10. Universally, I don't care where you at. We can all go on Instagram right now. I get my phone. We don't go on Instagram right now. I can find a name, go and just find a picture where one of them got their shirt off or they in a dress, read the comments. The internet will tell you. It will tell you. It will remind you where you are. Put up a post. TikTok will definitely do it. Let you be a man and you just talking. You could be talking about politics, society, people. We need to go out and vote, and we need to honor our vote. No matter who you vote for, you need to watch your vote. And the comments will be heart eyes, heart eyes. Young, ooh, your skin is flawless. Look at them dimples. That's what the comment section gonna be, and it's gonna be nothing but women. That is a 10. He is a 10. You post a picture, you might have 3 or 4 comments, a couple of hearts. You cool, you average. That's okay. This is where I miss Kevin, because he was the truth serum. Kevin was the ultimate. You know how much content Kevin could have had in the last 2-3 years? Yo, diabolical content. With everything that was been going on, his content would be diabolical. Bless the dead. But bro, he's needed, because there's too many people who tried to be him, and it's like spiraled out of control. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people really wouldn't be coexisting if he was moving around and moving and shaking. He would have took his thing to another age. But yeah, man. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get up off of this, but that's just my thoughts. You can be confident. These fragrances are a way to be confident. If it builds your confidence, if it makes you feel good, at the end of the day, like it. I don't care how much it costs. Like it, love it, enjoy it, wear it, enjoy it with pride. Don't let nobody, me or myself, if your favorite fragrance wasn't listed here today, you don't have to be offended because I didn't talk about your favorite fragrance. It's your favorite fragrance. You don't really need my affirmation or agreement to, or permission to like a fragrance. You don't need my permission. If you like it, you like it, man. I'm a firm believer in everybody sampling. If you don't own these fragrances and you want to be the best version of you, not the best version of me. That's the biggest thing. I want to stretch. I like these fragrances. I don't care if you sample these fragrances and you say, I tried them. They ain't all that. Cool. I didn't ask you if they was all that. I don't need your affirmation. But it's not going to change what I said about them or my opinion about those fragrances. It's not going to change because that's what works for me. And since I have a channel, I can only talk about what works for me. You do what works best for you despite what anybody says. Any influencer says, just do what works best for you. Be the best version of you, not the best version of Darian, Big Beard, myself, Ross, Justin. Get your own style. I'll probably do a video on how to dress your fragrance, how to pair your fragrances with environment and wear. What I think about when I'm I'm going somewhere. I plan on wearing this. What should I wear? I'm wearing browns. Should I wear something that gives me feeling of brown, like tobaccos or woods or ambers? I kind of like to get the maximum effect. I can wear a shirt and a tie every day, right? I can wear jeans and sweatshirts every day. I think there's certain environments where some are better than others. I think a shirt and tie is amazing. I'm not going to the gym wearing a shirt and tie. I think sweatpants and 5-inch shorts are better for the gym. But if I'm going to a black tie, I don't think I should wear gym clothes to a black tie event. I do the same thing with fragrances. You can wear what you want to wear when you want to wear it, but I think if compliments is what you're seeking, if attention is what you're seeking, I think you just should manage and wear your stuff to get the best possible outcome. And with that, we're going to end it. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. Unk fragrances might be tomorrow, but just make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, because that's the only way you'll know if I'm on. Because I don't know if I'm really going to promote it. I'm rather going to come on or I'm not. And if you're not subscribed, you're not going to get the alert. If you subscribe, you'll get the alert. That's going to let me know who subscribed to me. I'm probably not going to say it. I'm just going to come on. But if I come on, it'll be 8:30 tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see tomorrow. With that being said, man, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I'm going to leave you the way I greeted you. That's in universal language of peace. Y'all have a good night. Appreciate the conversation.